Hi, it's Sam. We've been talking in a couple of previous, are these episodes? I guess. We've been talking previously about standing out, about authenticity, about being yourself, and about the fact that our identities are not just our own self-awareness, the work we've done to be a full and accepting person. They also have to do with things that are laid on us by other people's perceptions, things that people see about us that are often better and more positive than we sometimes give ourselves credit for. But there's an outside perception going on all the time. One of my clients, students recently came in and said, I don't think my agent understands me at all. And I said, well, that might be a challenge. She said, yeah, I just think I'm going in for things that don't make any sense. When I'm there, the other women look right for it. I really don't. And I said, well, what does your agent seem to be? Well, she sends me out for all of these people who are like really opinionated and very direct and very sure of themselves. And I don't think she's right. And I went, it seems to me that like right now you're a little sort of opinionated. And she said, no, I'm just right. Oh. Yeah, I think you are, but you don't get that maybe somebody might send you out for things where you have a very definite opinion about something sometimes? Well, but I'm also friendly and agreeable. Oh, can't someone be friendly, agreeable, and opinionated and sure of themselves? Well, I guess, but do people like you if you're too opinionated? I said, I think what would be great is to just let yourself absorb what other people are saying. Take away the idea of whether it's likable or not, because we live in a world where we've been taught that some things are likable and some things aren't likable. But, in characters in stories, we're also taught not to judge them, and that stories about everybody and all sorts of behavior are interesting. And begin to look at your behavior as you see it, and with the addition of how others see it, begin to see that in a spectrum. That there isn't a good or a bad to any behavior, there's just a spectrum. If you're smart, you've been scintillating and brilliant, even inspirational. And if you're smart, you've also been a know-it-all. It just kind of goes with being smart. There's a spectrum to it. And as a storyteller, probably everything on that spectrum of smartness is useful in some character. So I encourage people to take in what other people say, to sort of take the shine of approval and disapprovability off of it, and to take a look and say, what are these things, and where do I see the same things about myself? Where do I see something but I call it a little differently? And where do I learn some things about how people perceive me and the aspects of me that they notice? Where do I take in that information where it's surprising to me and expand my identity rather than contract it, or rather than judge it as my good stuff and my bad stuff, my healthy stuff, my needs therapy stuff? How about just my stuff? All of it for the artist is useful. All of your stuff is useful. And standing out, being authentic, being one of a kind, has already been taken care of. Nature made you one of a kind. Let's find out what's in that mix that makes you unique. Embrace it all, use its spectrum, and have the full hand we've been dealt rather than just parts of it. More soon. Sam, bye-bye.